welcome back to the Brotherhood of Gaming Video Game Podcast. I'm your host, Walt Disney.
I am your host, Jeff Jones.
And the one, the only, John Madden.
That's right. The dream team is here.
Now, just so you know, I have plans to bring some Star Wars rides to Disneyland more than the other Star Tours. And we want to bring some Nintendo characters too. Okay, anyway.
Well, after we're done with this podcast, I got to write the next arc of Justice League, so go ahead.
Alright, so Misadventures of Tron Bonne gets released for the PlayStation Network.
First of all, Vash, are you familiar with Misadventures of Tron Bonne?
I've heard of it, but I've never seen gameplay for it. I just know that it's like one of the rarest PS1 games.
Yeah, it's a continuation of the Mega Man Legends series, starring Tron herself along with her family.
Well, you know, I love rock and I love roll, but I think it's easy to say that the scene stealer of the series was Tron Bonne. I think she was kind of the... I think she was the scene stealer of the series, the cute little pirate girl with all little serve bots. Again, that's just my opinion. That's all I'm saying. But she was popular enough to get her own mini game. Her own game, so that's all I'm saying.
Well, her problem was that she loved Mega Man, but she would never just come out and admit it.
Yeah, I'm kind of like Hey Arnold kind of.
Yeah, right. Pretty much Helga. Yeah, I was thinking just the same thing. Like, it's pretty much Helga and Arnold.
Well, the point I'm making, of course, well, after that, she had a lot of success outside of the Legends universe. She was included in the Marvel vs. Capcom games, and she got her own adventure.
And she was also in Namco x Capcom.
Yes. Oh, yes, she was, too. And Project Crosso.
Yeah. Wait, was she in Project Crosso?
Yeah. She didn't have the robot with her, but she had her serve bots. So,
oh, okay.
Yeah. And she was helping out Zero and X, which is funny. Well, anyway, alright, so on eBay, Misadventures of Tron Bonne, if you want to get a physical copy, it's like $127.
Yeah, it's one of those rare PlayStation 1 games, just like Tales of Eternia.
Right. You have to, and the reason we brought this up is that a couple weeks ago, Capcom did a surprisingly nice thing for Mega Man fans. They made this game available on the PlayStation Network for just $6. So a game that on eBay costs you like over $120, you can just get it for $6 for a digital download.
So naturally, resellers don't like this.
Yeah, it's just gonna drop. I mean, people are still gonna want the physical copies, but now it's still gonna affect it in some way.
Well, yeah, because now the demand won't be as high because you could easily get it now. You can get it for $6 just like that, easily for download. I mean, obviously in the past, this has affected sales. I mean, look at Marvel vs. Capcom 2. You
were telling me about this earlier. Tell that story.
Oh, yeah, because Marvel vs. Capcom 2, I remember back when I was in, back when I was in high school, like, Marvel vs. Capcom 2 used to be expensive, like really, yeah, like up there.
$80 to $100.
Yeah, if not over. Like, if you were able to find Marvel vs. Capcom 2 under three digits, like, that was a lucky find, and still would have been expensive. But yeah, with all of the downloadable content, like online with the PlayStation networks or any other means, the prices just started going down because it was just so easily accessible.
Well, I remember when Marvel vs. Capcom 2 came out for the PlayStation, I got it for like $14, so that helped, drive down the cost.
Yeah, no, it was so easily accessible. You could get it at a very cheap and affordable price, and then I think they started didn't they eventually re-release it like on a disc somewhere, like on a collection of some sort?
Marvel vs. Capcom? I don't think so, no. It was always digital.
Yeah, so they made it available digital on the Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3. And then later on, I guess later in the years, they re-released the original Marvel vs. Capcom Origins.
Yeah, the Origins.
Yeah,
they wanted $20 for that. Get the hell out of here.
I waited until the price dropped before I got that.
Yeah, so...
Well, I wanted to get my copy because Capcom lost the license to Marvel, so I wanted to get it before it was taken down off the network.
So yeah, they just made it that much easier for you to get your hands on it, and now anybody can, so there's no point in the actual physical copy being so much money anymore, so now you can find it for $15.
Well, the funny thing is that this month is kind of been, the Capcom's kind of like the Mega May, because on the Wii Virtual Console, every week this month they're releasing a new Mega Man game on the Wii Virtual Console. The first one was Mega Man and Bass, and I think Mega Man Zero 2 is coming out, and Mega Man Battle Network, and then you have this Misadventures of Tron Bonne. So it's surprisingly nice. Capcom's being surprisingly nice to Mega Man fans this month for some reason.
Well, then again, it's not too hard to re-release something for the networks.
Just upscale it and throw it out there.
Yeah, although I gotta admit, like Misadventures of Tron Bonne was like an out there surprise.
I remember telling Will about that, and Will was like, "Oh, really? You got that game?"
Yeah, because what was really surprising is for years, we like every Mega Man fan was living under the suspense that and knowing by rumor or by pretty much claimed as fact was that the reason Mega Man Legends 1 and Mega Man Legends 2 were not going to be re-released on the PlayStation Network was due to copyright legal reasons against the on the voice actors who played the characters in the games. And we pretty much bought that as the excuse for years, even though like people who had talked to voice actors like I did, who talked to Kevin Miller on my podcast, said, and he flat out said that if the voices are part of that game, you can do anything with the voices that are a part of that game, you just cannot do anything with them outside. So legally, they can do whatever they want with Mega Man Legends 1 and 2 and their voices that are in the game, as long as they stayed in the game by itself. So with that being said, I was like, oh, okay, and then somebody needs to tell Capcom that. But what turned out to be the real reason was because in the Japanese versions of the game, and probably the American ones at the time, is that there is marketing like within the games themselves. Like you can find energy drinks and like posters and stuff that are for two different brands over in of legitimate companies over in Japan. You got one for an academy school, like in one of the plazas in Mega Man Legends 1. And you actually have like a female NPC walking around that has like an apron featuring an old mascot of a person from that academy. And then you got energy drinks that you can buy in Mega Man Legends that can heal your health, that are actual, real, legitimate drinks that are branded over in Japan under a company. And you'd think it'd be an easy fix to just fix those things up and take them out and replace them with just blank textures, right? Well, that presents another problem. Because Sony has made it a law, at least in terms of their service, that PlayStation games that are going to be uploaded to their PlayStation Network cannot, under any circumstance, be altered from their original version. So, that being said, that would explain why Mega Man Legends 1 and 2 never got an actual release on the network.
So it looks like I never will?
It's weird to say. Although it doesn't exclude the Nintendo Wii U. Because if you remember, Mega Man Legends also was on the Nintendo 64, titled Mega Man 64. As far as we know, Nintendo has no such terms of service, so what's the holdup with them re-releasing Mega Man Legends on the Nintendo Wii U as Mega Man 64?
I don't know, maybe they're bored.
And also, Mega Man Legends 1 and Mega Man Legends 2 later in the years got re-releases as physical copies on the PlayStation Portable over in Japan and the UK, I believe, and with actual fixed textures that took out the branding of the other companies. So they've already made successful versions where that branding is not a problem. But unfortunately, due to Sony's terms, they can't legally put them on there. So so that's why Mega Man Legends 1 and 2 are not, and probably won't be, on the network. However, those do not apply to Misadventures of Tron Bonne.
Right.
They just come up with all kinds of excuses to not bring it here, because like our copyright laws are kind of difficult to deal with, and they'd rather not waste the time and money when they can just put it somewhere else and do it.
Yeah, and it would make you wonder, is that the same problem Devil May Cry 4 had? Was there legal reasons against why they couldn't make a physical copy, and they had to go to digital?
I just don't think they want to.
I'd have to say that.
Because Resident Evil didn't even get a physical release in America.
Oh, that's true, huh? Yeah, Remaster was a completely digital download here in America. That's a good point.
So, and this whole thing with Misadventures of Tron Bonne being released on the PlayStation Network has been a good and bad thing in the eyes of fans and the public. It's good in the sense that, awesome, we get to get an old classic that was expensive as hell to get your hands on an actual copy. It hurts resellers. Now, the bad side is, from depending on people's point of view, was that it now kind of dug up this old wound. Now we want to know why, if it was so easy for you to put Tron Bonne on PlayStation Network, what's the holdup with 1 and 2? Why couldn't you put Mega Man Legends 1 at least on the Wii U? So now it's kind of just bringing up all this old stuff. Like, it's like you were happy that you gave us Tron Bonne, but now
it's opening up an old wound. So I
Yeah.
know a lot of people are still stinging from the Mega Man Legends 3 fallout.
yeah, especially considering that this is part of Mega Man Legends 3. Like, really? You had to remind us?
They just don't care.
No.
So my whole thing is that, well, at least we got something out of this. So
Yeah, at least we are easier access legally to a game that's really expensive.
Yeah,
Right.
now, of course, you could have just got a ROM and you could have played it on an emulation program or something or other. But I don't know. I just like physical copies. I like owning my games. That's why you see that shelf in the background with all that stuff on it. I just like having stuff.
Yeah, same here. I'm not all on the whole digital train. I don't like digital at all.
Yeah, that's why I saw a funny picture on Facebook that shows it shows two pictures cropped together. Like, one is Steam and like a Steam library on PC, and then there's the other side that has like a video game room with shelves and shelves of old classic games. And on the picture of the shelves it says, "This will always be more impressive than this," and, and it points to the Steam library. And yeah. It's more gratifying to me to actually own physical copies than Steam copies.
there's just some things that'll just never go out of style.
So what do you guys think about Misadventures of Tron Bonne being re-released for the PlayStation Network for a very fair price, if I might say so myself? Do you think it's a good thing? Do you think it's a bad thing? If you do, why? Let us know below, and we will get back to you in the comments. Hey, maybe even John Madden here will talk to you as well.
Yeah.
Maybe, probably, definitely won't. So, I'm your host, William Morris.
I'm your co-host, Eugene Morse.
I still don't know what to call myself.
And you've been watching the Brotherhood Gaming Podcast.
Your frequent guest, Vash.
Just call yourself a regular. You're here every week.
Okay.
Our close personal friend.
Well, my close personal friend, you still kiss ass. No, I'm kidding.
Later.
Later.
Bye.